Hey guys, I'm back after a long break. Sorry it took so long to make a new video, but we've had quite a ride over the last few months with all the fake codexes and false rumors and stuff. Just wanted to wait until we started getting solid information from people who'd seen the real codex, instead of the fake one that was floating around for a while. As a lot of you may notice, the Blood Angels are now on advanced order on Games Workshop's website. And since they've gone up, I've been so happy with the real rumors that have been going around since it was all announced. When you go on the website, you can see a bunch of pictures of the new miniatures. A lot of really cool stuff. I'll go ahead and put the pictures in the video, and I'm sure you guys have seen it, but just in case you haven't, here's the pictures. This one is a guy named Sanguinor, and apparently he's as old, if not older than Dante, which I can't quite wrap my head around, but anyways, it's pretty cool looking, especially with the Sentinel Guard. It's a sweet looking unit. His model's awesome. This next one is Astaroth the Grim. This guy is awesome. His armor's really cool looking. He looks like Dracula from Bram Stoker's Dracula. This guy looks sweet. The next one we have here, this is Seth. He's the chapter master of the Flesh Terrors. I don't know a whole lot about the Flesh Terrors. I know that they're basically they have a genetic mutation that causes them to be more susceptible to the Black Rage. But otherwise, this guy looks awesome. He's got a two-handed chainsword, which is basically like a Sister's Repentia Eviscerator. It looks sweet. Another awesome model. They also put out a new Chaplain Lamartez, and this model is actually a lot better than the last one. Yeah, he looks awesome. Looks a lot more like some of the artwork I've seen on DeviantArt, so it looks great. And then this is a picture of the Sentinel Guard. These guys look fantastic. Apparently, the box set comes with 15 different heads, so the ones that you see here don't necessarily have to be the ones that you choose. And a lot of people have been commenting about, oh no, Blood Angels have wings now. These wings are part of the jump packs, and the jump packs have been completely redesigned. So you don't have to worry about Inquisition coming to check out the Blood Angels and seeing the wings and flipping out. These are just metal wings that are a part of the jump pack. So either way, these guys look sick. They look a lot better than they were rumored to look. And then here's a picture of the new Death Company models, and these guys are just awesome. Having the red X's and the skull and crossbones and Blood Angel's blood drop and actually embossed on the armor is fantastic. It's going to be so cool to paint this stuff up. And then here's a picture of the new Ball Predator. Now, we still have the twin-linked assault cannon and heavy bolter option. But this is a picture of it with the Flamestorm cannon off of the Land Raider Redeemer and heavy flamers on the sides. And thankfully, you don't have to change anything now. You can keep the assault cannons and the heavy bolters on it, or you can use the new variant, which is this Flamestorm variant, because now Ball Predators are fast vehicles. So that means you can go 6 inches and fire all weapons, or go 12 inches and fire one main and all defensive. So all of our old Ball Predators with the twin-linked assault cannon and the heavy bolters will still work perfectly fine. So you can go 6 inches and fire everything. And you don't have to roll for overcharged engines anymore, so that's fantastic. Then this is the picture of the new Codex. A lot of people were whining on Warseer about how they didn't like the cover art. I actually don't think it looks that bad. It kind of is a throwback to 2nd edition, which is when I started, like I said in my intro video. So I think it actually looks pretty cool. And then you can see in the top and the right there's a Sanguinary Guard, and it's like leaping in the air about to attack something. It's pretty cool. Now let's talk about some of the rules. Alright, the first one I want to talk about is Descent of Angels. This is a freaking awesome special rule, especially for an army like ours that should be using jump packs a lot. It basically says that you get to re-roll your reserves roll, and when you do Deep Strike, you only have to roll 1d6 for scatter instead of 2d6. So you're basically going to land where you want. It's an awesome rule, especially considering how much we are going to be using it with this new codex. But I don't really think it's very fluffy for Blood Angels. I mean, sure, yeah, we use a lot of Assault Marines, but the jump pack, in my opinion, is more of a tool for Blood Angels. It's not really what they base their entire doctrine around. Blood Angels are an assault army, so jump packs are just as useful as a chainsword. I mean, it's just another tool to help them get at their enemies and stuff like that. I could see the special rule being used for Raven Guard, but I'm not going to complain. I'm going to use it and I'm going to love it, so I don't know. I'm fine with it. Next thing is hand flamers. I am so happy that these are back in the Codex. I've got like 10 of these things left over from 2nd edition, and I'm going to put them on just about everything I can put them on. They're awesome. It's going to be a Strength 3 AP6 flamer template, and it counts as a close combat weapon. That is awesome. The next thing, like I had already mentioned, overcharged engines is gone completely. No longer will we have to use the crap PDF codex to roll that one and immobilize the vehicle for the turn. Now, automatically, all Rhinos, Razorbacks, Ball Predators, and Vindicators are fast vehicles. And yes, I said Vindicators. That means we now have a 36-inch Strength 10 AP2 Large Blast with a 13 front armor. That's disgusting, and I'm not even sure that's fair, but I guess we'll find out over the next couple months. And the next thing I want to talk about is the Magna Grapples that the Dreadnoughts come with. This is pretty ridiculous. So basically, a Dreadnought gets to use this. It's a range 12-inch, Strength 8 anti-vehicle harpoon weapon. Basically, it says on a successful penetrating or glancing hit, the target vehicle is dragged 2d6 inches toward the Dreadnought, with its facing being unchanged. It's basically sort of like a lash of submission for vehicles, and I think it's actually pretty cool because it's going to let us do some pretty interesting things that we've never been able to do before. Well, that anybody's been able to do before. Such as we can pull a vehicle out of the way so that the rest of our shooting phase can have line of sight where we need it, or we can bring a vehicle into line of sight for the rest of our shooting phase. So it's going to be pretty crazy. It's also going to let other units assault that vehicle and possibly surround it and kill all the guys inside. And the last rule I want to talk about is Jaws of the Whirlpool. I know it's not called that, it's called Blood Lance, but it's the same thing. It's like 46 inches, and it's a Strength 8 AP1 Lance weapon. I mean, that is just awesome. It's going to be the new power that everybody hates, but we'll see how crazy it actually is once we start using it. And now for probably the most important new rumor that's gotten a lot of flack on Warseer and a bunch of other websites. There used to be this thing in this supposed leaked codex called the Storm Harbinger. It's basically a flying land raider. And a lot of people on Warseer said that it was false and it didn't exist and there's, no such thing, and they're basically shutting it down. Well, they were all wrong. It's called the Storm Raven, and it is in the codex. It's an assault vehicle. It's just awesome, and it can carry 12 guys and a Dreadnought, which is sick considering that we're also getting the Librarian Furioso Dreadnought. I just think this thing is going to be awesome. I'm disappointed that there's no model out for it yet. They're saying that it's going to be a second wave release, but we'll see about that. And I'll talk a little more about that later. Also wanted to mention that I have a blog now. It's www.dave40k.blogspot.com. And basically I'll expand a little bit on what I talk about in this YouTube channel, and I also add a lot of videos about my hobbying projects, like what armies I'm working on, my Tyranids, my regular Space Marine stuff, and my Blood Angels and stuff like that. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the More Info tab, and I'm going to try to put a link to it on my channel. Otherwise, lately I've been busy with Dawn of War 2, Chaos Rising, and Mass Effect 2, and Pokemon Soul Silver, but otherwise, yeah, like I said, I've had a lot of stuff going on, and hopefully you guys will stay tuned. I've got a lot more stuff coming up. So, yeah, again, I want to say thanks to all the new subscribers, and thanks for hanging in there, and I hope you like this video, and there's a lot more to come.